its original seller, or at least one of the original sellers, right? Someone in the actual chain. So now if we look inside over here, let's look through their eBay listing real quick. Up for auction is an extremely rare and hard to find factory sealed case of Pokemon base set first edition containing 6 booster boxes. An item is an absolute must-have for any collection. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to add this beautiful piece of history and highly valuable asset to your collection. Kind of sounds like somebody's hyping this up like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We'll soon find out. These things may not necessarily be as rare as, some of these eBay listings put on. However, what's rather interesting are the origin stories. Now, like any good superhero, we all have like the origin stories, like, this is where I came from. When Peter Parker got bit by a spider, okay, the story changes like no tomorrow. So we're going to read through 2 different stories. The first one we've got from this account, again, provided none of this is ever fake, is last year, this is their origin story. I was very bored, so I went over to my sister's to see what she was up to. She was not up to much, so we went for a drive to go get coffee. After we picked up coffee, she wanted to check out some estate sales, so we drove around looking at a few. Not really my thing. But I was bored, so around the 3rd estate sale, she took me to, I was so bored, I wanted to jump off a bridge. So as I was waiting for my sister, I was standing by a table having a smoke. When I went to put my smoke out, on the bottom of my boot, I seen a box with loose trading cards containing Pokemon, hockey, baseball, etc. I started looking and seeing a few I liked. Then I seen the case with all its paperwork next to the box. I was looking in. Right away, I picked it up, asked the lady if it was for sale. She said yes, it was her grandson's, the man that passed away, and it was part of the estate sale. Now you know the story about the case. What the fuck is that story? What? How can you believe it? The man didn't believe in punctuation. Now, if you thought that was one story, I've got a much more brief one for you. This is the other one from the same account, provided again, none of these DMs have been faked. It was a gift for my 12th birthday in 1999, and I only got a few single Pokemon cards left and my hockey cards. Yeah, it's incredibly sussy-wussy, no joke. No joke about that. Very sussy-wussy stuff indeed. Now, to understand, a few days after Logan had bought this, on January 5th during a live stream, he found out maybe this might not be the only box in the entire world. To which Logan actually had a call with some actual pretty prominent card collectors by the name of PokeJew, yes, that's actually the real collector, and King Pokemon, also known as Gary. Haas. People keep messing up my name, and I'm sorry, Haas, if I messed up your name. And they discussed the first edition base set box over here. So let's listen to this one. This is from a live stream, boys.
100% of the people thought that it was legit. Still, I think it's better. I have a case, and I half cracked it. I just opened up half.
Wait.
Uh-oh, you see that face on Logan right there? That's the face of, I just made a pokey fuck up. See, he actually thought he was the only player in town with that case until this guy just casually said, I crack them open all the time.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Well, I have 9 boxes.
I knew that.
What? Oh, well,
6 of those are in a case?
Yep.
Yeah. You didn't know
Gary. Bro, what?
People have always questioned if this is sussy and fake, and while initially I jumped in and wondered, who actually dumps $3.5 million into a case? That's one of those genuine faces where I think he actually knows that he made a mistake right there. So to understand, let's recap the whole Pokemon scam going on, the whole card scam that happens. So this is actually a general trading card scam, but to understand what's going on, we actually looked at this a while back with one of the experts Logan Paul aligned himself with. This expert showed up on a YouTube channel known as Dumb Money, where they kind of covered a case unboxing. But generally the idea goes like this. Somebody way back in the day when these cases first came out buys a case, and they may take all the valuable cards out of the case and then stuff them back in, reseal it with fake cards or valueless cards. Now once it's all resealed and repacked, the person who initially bought that and is now running the scam takes that and sells that case that they may have bought for, let's say, $1,000 to another person, and they buy it for $5,000. So the second person never opens the box, because the general idea is they want to hold on to that box, wait 10 years for it to be worth a substantial amount of money to sell, because the value of these cards really comes from rarity. See, if there's 1,000 rare Charizards, eventually after 15 years, there's probably going to be 100 Charizards that are in perfect mint, untouched, virgin condition. So basically, if the person who buys that box believes that they have like 10 of those rare Charizards sitting in that box, just as an example, they can then sell it to the third buyer for like $100,000. Then the third buyer probably will never crack the box open. They wait a few more years and sell it to person 4 for $1 million. And then person 5 jumps into the mix, which is our good friend Logan Paul, who buys it for $3.5 million. Except Logan here isn't in the market to sell that box for $5 million. Logan wants to crack that bitch wide open. So at this point, this becomes a big dilemma. Logan doesn't know if the box is fake. He might have his suspicions, but until he actually cracks it open, he won't know. In fact, you can't even blame anybody in the chain, because nobody has any idea when that box was initially tampered and resealed. Chances are the first person could have bought the box, sold it legitimately, and maybe person 3 in the entire chain might have cracked open the box, did all the shady shenanigans, and sold it to person 4, and then Logan Paul. That's how the card scam market works, and because of the popularity of Pokemon cards and various trading cards in general, there are tons of scumbags waiting to make this happen. So at this point, Logan Paul finally ends up getting this box, and people have a little bit of suspicions. Is it fake? Is it out there? And I had my suspicions too. Well, turns out I'm like Nostradamus, like the entire internet. It was a fake box. In fact, not only was it a fake, it is such a fake that Logan didn't even get Pokemon cards out of it. In fact, he got some goddamn G.I. Joe cards. Don't believe me? Let's watch what YouTube is trending at #1 right now.
So yeah, we're in Chicago. We see the title of the video. This story's crazy. It sucks. And I'm not paying $5 million, so make sure to focus on G Fuel.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'll buy some G Fuel, Logan. Goddamn. Code SOG, by the way. Hell yeah. Thanks, brother.
Logan Paul may have spent the $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards.
This news has now reached the
Dude, he's coming out of a private jet just to get this stuff verified. This man is a living goddamn meme, dude, ever since Japan. Jesus Christ. So basically the general story is this guy sells the box to good old Logan. Now this guy bought the box at $2.7 million, then sold it to Logan. I have no reason to believe a man like this would put their name out and actually do fake shenanigans. Again, there's a lot of reputations on the line. Somebody could be going to jail for Pokemon card fraud, I shit you not. So again, if somebody wants to risk their actual reputation, I'm gonna have to call Sussy Wussy on that one. But let's go watch it further.
Quick context. This is Matt. He's one of the biggest sports